Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. And thank you everyone for joining us again. If you're returning, we love your support. And if this is your first time, we want to remind you to, after you've watched our video, to like it by hitting the thumb icon, subscribe to our channel, hit that bell notification. Come on. If you don't want to miss any of our videos. We're so excited today, and we're going to get going. As usual, we're going to talk about what teas we're drinking. And today I'm drinking a tea by Sipology, and it's called Strawberry Cream Float. Doesn't that sound amazing? Strawberry Cream Float. And I have it in a new container. Can you see it there? The mango-y color. And I'm going to open it up, and I want to show you exactly what it looks like on the inside. On the inside, there's a little holder that allows you to put loose leaf teas in there.
Nice.
So you open up this part at the top where I'm pointing to, put the tea leaves in, close it, put it back in this container, let it seep. And then this is the first time using it, so I'm not sure if I drink from it or I take out this like
or
thing,
you know, I was just thinking about it. It probably you steep it in there and then you just pour it into a cup and drink it from the cup.
Well, you're supposed to take this on the go.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's see how it works. Cheers.
Let's cheers. Oh, again, sorry, I forgot to read the ingredients. This strawberry cream float is white tea, hibiscus, currants, orange peel, natural flavors, and all the ingredients are. They've done it twice. The second is in a different language, but I'm going to try the tea.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So I guess I can leave it in here. I guess if I want to.
That way you can add more hot water and just keep.
Yeah. Or I could take it out if I don't want such a strong tea.
Exactly.
So this is good.
Yay.
There you go. Okay, what are you drinking, Gloria?
I am also drinking a tea, Sipology. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Show Sipology. Woo! And as you can tell by the front, it says it's a white tea. This is called limoncello. You all know how I love me some lemon. And it is white tea, orange slices, lime slices, calendula petals, and natural flavor. And this is amazing. I wish we had smell vision. It smells amazing. And I have this little device that I'm steeping my tea in. Usually I take it out, but today I wanted everyone to see. So cheers, Rosetta.
Cheers again. There you go. I'm so excited. My new one, it's really great. And you can take it on the go. So I like it. I guess leave it in there. And then when you go to work or wherever you go to, if you have access to hot water, you can pour more hot water in there so you can steep it a couple of times.
Absolutely. I love that.
Yes.
And today we have a guest.
We're so excited. We have a guest. Her name is Chantel Mathson, and she is she's an ambassador for Sipology, and we love her teas. We wanted to share them with everyone here, so we're going to bring her on. So,
yes.
Okay, let's see. There she is. Yay, Chantel Mathson. Welcome, welcome to our Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea.
Yes. We are a little early, so Chantel could have just connected, and she's off. There she is. Hi.
There she is. Hello, Chantel. Welcome to our tea chat.
Well, I'm excited to be here. What a perfect day for it.
Well,
we're all we all coordinated our outfits today.
Oh, how funny. We're all different shades of pink.
Can you believe it? I love it. I love it. And I'm sure we're drinking all different flavors of Sipology. You know, I had to kick it off with my limoncello.
I love it.
Well, I had my sample tea of strawberry cream float. And I had to mention that I put it in my Sipology travel mug here.
I love it.
The first time I'm trying it, but we want to introduce Chantel and have
Yeah.
her talk all about Sipology teas and tea accessories. So talk a little bit about how you got started in teas. We'd love to hear.
Goodness. Well, I'm so happy to see you ladies and to meet everybody and join your little tea community. Tea is my passion for sure. And I've been having tea since I was a little girl. My mom used to do, and grandma used to do magical tea parties with us when we were kiddos. So it just kind of got in my heart. And I'm a military wife and moved all over the country. And the more I moved, the more I kind of rooted into tea. You know, as it was kind of my connection to my mom and my family. We started to have tea time together, even over the phone and then by Zoom. And then I started to build a community through tea. So obviously being a military wife can be very, very lonely. And I started to reach out one cup of tea at a time and connect, and ended up having, you know, a huge group of women that were showing up weekly for tea time, connection, and of course for community. So my love for tea has gone way back.
And how did you come across Sipology?
So I am pretty particular about my tea, and I'm going to actually open a tea bag for you. I'm going to compare loose leaf tea compared to a tea bag because I'm very passionate about good quality tea. So I had been looking, you know, I'm a speaker and a trainer, and I host tea parties with a purpose where I bring women, you know, either into my home or through retreats. Or on Zoom, and we talk about creating mission statements and vision and living with intention and purpose. And I host tea parties for kids. And so I've served tea for years there, and I've been looking for a company that could kind of go along with that, where I was able to support my clients with good quality tea. And so I looked at Sipology for about 4 years and used all of their products. And then matcha is what ended up getting me, because matcha is my very favorite energy source, and it is a full-bodied, full green leaf tea. So 137 times the antioxidants of a cup of green tea. So once I tried that, you guys, I don't love the taste of matcha. Like, I'm not a fan of it. A lot of times that's because it's not good quality, but also just, you know, it's very earthy when you do it in that pure quality, and you either kind of love it or don't. But Sipology has natural flavored matcha. And that to me just was a game changer in there as well. So they have the fine loose quality tea, you know, spices and all of that that's quality, and I've been using and sharing. But the matcha was something that I actually loved, and it changes my energy. It's the one thing I have to have. So that's kind of where I jumped in and started sharing that with others.
Yay.
So you have the matcha every day, like in the morning to kick off your day?
I have it every day. In fact, I have like a big matcha sips cup, right? So I keep it with me. So you can have it iced or cold. We do have little sticks of matcha, so you can take them in the stick pack. I think I have one around here. I'll try to grab. But you can take them to go. But yes, matcha, it kind of eliminates that brain fog, right? That we all seem to get. I get it in the afternoon. So matcha is usually my afternoon drink. It creates clarity of thought, and it is a smooth energy. So the energy is for about 3 to 6 hours, and it's very smooth and steady. So I can definitely tell the difference. So it's the one thing I don't go without. I add it to teas. So like today, I'm going to throw it in my, I threw it in my Earl Grey. So you can add it to black teas. People that are coffee drinkers, pu'er tea is the strongest, and it's pu'er tea is a fermented tea. So it has kind of that bite of coffee. So a lot of coffee drinkers, including my husband, now uses pu'er tea and matcha. So it kind of adds that smooth energy and gets you going, but has that kind of bite that coffee has as well. So yeah, I add it to my tea in the morning, or I take it to go. So lots of different ways to enjoy matcha. And there's, I put it in my smoothies. Guys, because it's a powder, let me show you what it looks like. Because matcha is a powder, you can throw it in smoothies. So you can see the green. Let me throw it in here, a little bit in here for you guys to see a little bit better. It is a green powder.
Oh, okay.
So it is the whole green tea leaf, and it is blended up. And so that's why there's so much potent antioxidants in it. And the matcha then can be thrown in smoothies. So I love like the blueberry matcha or cherry matcha in my smoothies, in my oatmeal. I put it in granola and yogurt. So you can just throw it right in, or you can blend it into any kind of drink.
And it blends quite well, right? The powder.
Yeah, Absolutely. You do want to whisk it or stir it before. So let's make a little. So I have hot water. I'll make some. So this is just an empty cup. Really, I brewed my water. I'll make some for you guys. I have a couple things that I want to make for you so you can see. But I just put a little bit of water in there. So it's kind of just a tiny shot. You can barely even see the water in there. And then I whisk the matcha. So we will use, what do we have? This is cherry matcha. And we have just a little spoonful. So we have these awesome spoons. They're a cup, right? You got one, didn't you, Rosetta?
Yes, I purchased one, but I got mine for loose leaf tea.
Okay.
Here, I have it right here.
Yay!
That's a loose leaf. I didn't get the matcha one.
Yeah, so we have a 1 cup, a 1 pot, a matcha, and then for our boosters, we even have a cute little, we have vitamin boosters, booster spoon. But you can see how little is used. And in fact, 1 bag does 100 servings. So it's amazing, actually. So it's a $40 bag, but it does 100 servings.
Wow.
And so you talk about quality, right? And for 40 cents a cup for 100 cups is amazing. So we're going to drop the matcha, the cherry matcha. I put it in here already, so I'll just use that in here. And you can do a lot of different things. We have a whisk, and you'll see it just presses up. Wow, I put that across. And so you can whisk it, and you're going to want to create agitation, right? Because it's a powder. In the cup, this cup is a matcha on the go. So we have these, and when you put it in, you just shake it up, right?
Did you use a regular shaker for like shakes?
Correct. It's the same principle.
Okay.
So it just has that agitator inside.
Yes.
And when you shake it up, that's why you can take it to go. So like this one has, you can put the matcha and whatever you want in the bottom, and then in the afternoon you throw it all in, put in ice or water.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
hot water, and then you take it on the go. So this one is my lifesaver because I put all my, anything I want in there. I put in my vitamin booster, I put in my matcha, I have all of the things ready. And when I start to wane in the middle of the day when I'm on the road, I throw it in and either make it, if I'm on the road, it's usually going to be ice. Right. So I usually do a fruit instead.
So if we don't have
I like the salted caramel
whiskers.
hot, I like the vanilla hot, but I like the, sweet watermelon matcha and the lemonade and blueberry and strawberry. I like those ice, but everybody has their own.
Yes, we're having a heat wave. We're having a heat wave, so we're all about ice right now.
Ice, yes. And I'll show you this quick, and then I'm gonna show you a quick iced tea too, because yes, it's iced tea month too, so we can't go without iced tea, right? Cool. So, so I have my matcha already in there, and if we brewed water already, which we have, this is my other thing that I use all the time. You can see my leaves are already in there, right? So this is called the breezy. And the reason why I love it is because you can steep tea leaves usually 2 or 3 times. So, I just add to it. So this was my Earl Grey from the morning. Look at those big loose leaf tea pieces. And all I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to add butterscotch chai to it because I think that'd be good with my vanilla. Oh, I put cherry in there. So maybe I'll instead, what do you guys think? Should I add, let's add a raspberry parfait to it.
Oh, okay. That'll be good.
So here's a raspberry parfait. Rooibos teas do well in lattes. You don't want to normally do a latte with milk and everything with a fruit tea, right? It will curdle. But our rooibos teas, so we have like a cinnamon bun, a vanilla latte, I put cinnamon on the top. Those are some of my favorites. So I already have this tea in here, and I'm just going to boost it by adding a different flavor. This is where I use like vanilla cupcake and some of those lavender, some of those classics later in the day to add a boost to my tea. And when I throw it in there, I already boiled my hot water. Make sure to always use fresh water. The water really does, like anything else, it really does make a difference in the quality of your tea. So just rebrewing fresh hot water. All right, so I'm gonna let that sit for a second while we chat. So you can see it's just gonna steep. Oh, and I showed you guys the timer, I think, before, which is one of my very favorite things that we have. I know it seems so simple, but this timer, you can see it has the name of the tea on it. So it kind of takes out the guesswork because obviously steeping time is really critical when we're talking about a green tea or a black tea, because they can become bitter. So if you want to make a green tea or black tea or pu'er tea stronger, add more tea. Do not steep longer. because and
Gotcha.
also, right? And also don't add boiling water to those teas because they can burn the tea leaf. With matcha as well, I had my tea, I boiled my tea, I left it sitting for a minute and let it cool off because you don't want to burn that green, beautiful green tea leaf, right? So those are all things that will make a difference in your tea. But we're just going to put it to we're doing a rooibos tea. So I'm just going to turn it to that timer and let it go. And this is a lifesaver, especially if you're like a mom or a busy working, entrepreneur. It's like you're doing 20 things at once, like we have to do, right? And we want to be able to multitask. We don't want to walk away and make our tea, ruin our beautiful cup of tea. So this is great. So while that steeps, I do have an iced tea too that I really want to brew for you ladies. But what questions? You guys came with any questions while this steeps and brews? And
I have one question for you. I know that Sipology is very, earth conscious. I did notice that it said like non-GMO or organic. Are the teas organic?
So not all of them are. We're an organic facility, so we do maintain organic facility ourselves. However, we get our teas from the source, and sometimes that means that those facilities are not organic, but that doesn't mean we get it from the highest quality. Organic overseas, when you're going over there and getting some of that is often very expensive for them, and it can hurt their small businesses and tea companies. So we're an ethical, we support ethical partnerships, and we have an organic facility, and when possible we do, but we always do what is in the best interest of the tea grower, the customer, and the highest quality of tea. So if that means the highest quality, then that's what we grab. And if not, then we source it at the source. So like our matcha comes from Japan. It's really important with matcha, well, with any tea. Rooibos is an African red bush tea. You want to get it from the source, right? That's really critical.
Yes.
And then it can be blended, right, in multiple places. An organic factory is important, right? So they're maintaining those standards, and that's what we have. So we do have an organic factory where we blend the teas, buy it from the sources. So in our matcha all comes from Japan and all of that. That's sometimes why matcha doesn't taste good, is because it's not coming from the source. And sometimes there's additives. It's a lower quality, right? There's 3 levels of matcha. So yeah.
You can sometimes tell for the price point, right?
Oh, absolutely. You can tell for sure. And you want to get at least a premium. There's 3 levels. Ceremonial grade is the highest grade, and that's used in ceremonies and very premium grade. You want to at least have a premium grade matcha, which is what we have.
Great. So besides matcha, what other amazing teas do you have? Loose leaf, obviously, because you know that you don't do the bagged ones, but the loose leaf, what other teas do you have, like categories of different loose leaf teas?
Yeah, so we have over 100 different flavors of tea, and some are caffeine free. Here's the other thing. Tea should, our tea is done. I'll turn it.
Oh, it's done.
Nice? We would have forgot, right? We would have forgot.
I know.
Tea is, is not, if you decaf a tea, often chemicals are put in. So we don't have any decaf teas. We have caffeine-free teas. Rooibos is a naturally caffeine-free tea. Our herbal teas are naturally caffeine. White tea is very low caffeine. So that's a good option for people. And then we have pu'er and black and green and matcha. And then one of my other favorites is our Heal Thyself line. Did either of you guys get anything from our Heal Thyself line?
I think I got the Heal Thyself. I think I may have gotten the detox.
Yes, the detox tea. So our Heal Thyself line is a medicinal line, and it is the only one where we actually have steeping sacks. Inflammation fighter is my go-to. I have to have it every single day. But it's a medicinal line, so it's actually regulated. So they're non-bleach, non-anything, but it is almost like taking a vitamin or a pill. It has to be regulated. So these are the steeping sacks. And those, I put inflammation tea. It's fabulous. I put it in almost everything. That's just for my health. And then we have the boosters as well, which come like this. These are our brand new boosters. So iron, what they found was women on a whole tend to be low in iron, vitamin C, and vitamin D, right? And we know that will impact our health, but also it's hard for us to get it, but it's better in a powder form. So they had these created. And one of my very favorites that I add every single day is the vitamin D, and it's mocha, caramel mocha. So I will add that to my black tea in the morning and then add vanilla matcha, and I make it as a latte, and it's just incredible, all those layers together, and then the health that we're putting in. When I mentioned I throw all these things in here, that's what I usually throw in. Matcha
Perfect.
and this, and yeah. So, okay, I got to get this tea off. Rooibos tea is okay to oversteep, because in fruit tea is okay to oversteep. It's just the greens and the blacks and the pu'ers. Okay, so this is my favorite thing, because when you set it on, it has a little press on it, and it starts to empty into your cup. So
That is so cool.
Isn't it fun? And then, like
it really is.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. It's the little things that give us joy, right? A little tiny spoon or a little timer, just little things that really make a difference.
Yes. I love watching Rosetta do that every week. It just seeps in. I'm like, I love that. Now I know. My phone.
I know. It's so fun. Okay, so I have my tea here, and I am going to add, I frothed up some milk. We have a milk frother. Do you guys do lattes?
Yes, I love lattes. I do have a milk frother.
Yeah, I love lattes. It kind of elevates the tea, and for me, it's comfort. So my chai in the afternoon, butterscotch chai is my favorite with our vanilla matcha as a latte. And then I add cinnamon on the top or something fun, because it creates that fun little color.
I like that.
I have my milk. I'm going to throw it on the top and just throw it. Oh, it smells so good. Show you guys how beautiful that is.
Smell vision.
Smell vision.
We don't have that. That's going to be the future.
It is. Okay, and another fun one. So I said I love to throw cinnamon or vanilla or something like that on. We have a strawberry pink latte. We have a London fog and a London mist, so already created as a latte. It's not that it's frothed up milk, but it gives it that creamier taste. I love our strawberry pink latte. It is beet powder, hibiscus, strawberry. So it is hibiscus and beets are two of the best things for inflammation, right? I take inflammation to beet. I need to have this every day. But what I love to do with it, and this is totally different, is I love to sprinkle it on the top, because it makes it so beautiful. So it is, because it's a powder, you can put it into anything, right? You see it as a powder, and it's a beautiful pink powder. So I'm going to show you.
And it doesn't go clumpy?
Nope. It's a fine powder. So if you don't even need to, but I just love the way it looks, and I love the way it tastes on the top. See how pretty that is?
Yes.
Oh, look how cute. She's a barista. Look at how cute.
You could actually put a stencil on there and powder it on, shake it on top to make it whatever.
Super pretty. But I like to play with my tea, and that's the one thing I would tell anybody watching is just have fun with it. If you don't like it, try it a different way, right? And when somebody says, what kind of tea is the best tea? What should I have? What do you love? Like, do you love vanilla? Do you love, because you liked licorice root. We found all the teas that had that in it, Rosetta, right?
Yes.
So you love that flavor, but don't be afraid to play with it. It's just a cup of tea, and it's so fun to mix like different flavors and find your ultimate as well.
Yeah.
So I know, right? Don't you think?
Yes.
Okay, so I know we don't have a lot of time left, but I do want to do an iced tea for you ladies before we go and take any other questions. I already have my ice sitting here and ready, but I'm going to steep it hot. So we have iced tea that sweetened iced tea you can already buy, and it has everything in it, or you can use any of our fruit teas. Our sangrias are incredible. Did you guys get any fruit teas or sangrias?
Yes. I think I don't know. I got a lot of fruit. I got a lot of teas.
Yes, I got a lot of teas, but I know I got sangria and of course limoncello, which I'm drinking today.
It's so good. So good. So have you tried the sangria yet? You haven't tried the sangria?
Not yet. I'm waiting because I figured it's going to be great. Do it outside as a big sun tea and share it with my family.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to brew this, and then remind me, I'm going to cut open the tea bags for you and take any questions too while this brews. So I'm going to do the sangria, and it just is, the tea pieces are crazy, like full, like cherries and pineapple and strawberries. And so this one I'm going to do, I mixed it with strawberry jammin, which is one of my favorite teas too. And we have a full cup, right? This is 1 cup. When you're doing iced, double it. So you can cold steep it, so you can put it in and cold steep it overnight. but you're going to want a lot more flavor. So we're going to use this. This is one of our Prism teapot. It already has a steeper inside, and it can be hot or cold. So I like to brew it in there, and I just do a big heaping. I do 2 in there. Teaspoon of that. See how beautiful, you guys, it smells. Smell-o-vision. We need it.
I know.
Actually, taste-o-vision. I just need to hand it across to you ladies, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna pour the tea over the top of this, and then we'll put the timer on, and I'll do the tea bags while it steeps, and then just show you how to finish it off. All right. We'll get all of that in there and get that steeping. And I do it about 3/4 of the way full because I'm gonna add ice to this. Sometimes I fill it to the top if I wanna have this hot, right? So, because if you filled it to the top, you just take that little top off with a hot cup of tea, and then that gives you space for ice as well. All right, we'll put on our timer. And then, do you have any questions, or do you want me to show you the tea bags?
Sure. Let's do some tea bags.
Let's do that. Okay, so I have our Earl Grey because I want to compare Earl Grey. Earl Grey is my favorite tea, and it's actually the tea that started Sipology. So Sipology was started with a cup of Earl Grey tea. And so this is, let me see how I can show you that. This is our tea. You can see beautiful flower pieces, kind of thickness, because you should see the bergamot, and you should see flowers and cornflower, whatever, the flowers, the petals that are in there. So it should be nice and thick. And then I'm taking a tea bag from a company that is a very good company, so we can compare. But one of the things that I'm really passionate about is helping people understand, you know, sometimes they don't like tea because they've never tried a good cup of tea, but also that there is chemicals often placed on tea bags. They're often bleached, right? I didn't know if this bag was or not, but you can see how crisp white, right? They're crisp white, and they get that white by bleaching the tea bag. So you're putting that into your hot steeping water. I am going to cut it open, and we will compare it. And here's the thing. Most tea bags, unless it's a loose leaf tea bag, you want to make sure it's a non-bleached, no glue, none of that stuff. There's often plastic particles in it as well. So you want to make sure it's none of those things. But most tea bags are the dustings left over. So they take the tea and they put it in the loose leaf tea, and then they take the dustings left over and bag it. So if you're wondering why you don't love tea or the flavor isn't good, that's probably why. And also you're losing all the nutrients, the antioxidants, any of the benefits, because it's just the leftover dustings. It's not the whole body leaf, right? So that's really, really important. So here we go. I open this one, and this is the difference. You can just see how flat.
Wow.
And there's not really any flavor either. Like when you open real tea leaves, it's just a robust flavor.
Full of flavor, yes.
Yes. And you can smell it immediately. So we have a caramel apple crisp tea. It's a green tea. And I love it so much that sometimes I just open it up and smell it. It's so good. It's so good. So yeah, a lot of fun things there. All right, I think this one's almost done. You can see the colors there. All right, any other questions while we let this finish steeping?
So that's a Sipology teapot that you're using there?
It is. Yeah, this is called our Prism teapot. It's our smaller pot. We also have an iced tea jug, which is about 3/4 higher, more in there. I like this one because I like to do new teas all the time. And then if I'm having somebody over, it's usually about 4 cups of tea, you know.
And it's see-through, so you can actually see it.
It's see-through, it's glass. You can go from hot to cold. I just put it in my fridge, and then I have iced tea throughout the day. So I really like this one. I like that it has the steeper already inside. We have a lot of different ones. You know, we have a tea press, which I like as well. But I just find this size to be good for myself and my daughters or my husband, just 1 or 2 other people. And by that time, I'm ready to brew something new, right?
Yes.
I like our bigger jug when I'm having like brunch or people over. But on the other side of that, I usually brew multiple kinds of tea. So I'll do one like this, and then I'll do our big iced tea jug, and as a sangria. So, and when I want to sample.
Yes. So Chantel has a ton of stuff, as you can see. This is not even half of the things that she has. And we're going to put all her information in the description below. So if you're interested in checking out her website, get in contact with her, have any questions, she'll be more than happy to answer them for you in the description below. So you can get a hold of her and try it out, because you never know, right? Be adventurous and try some new teas out. Matcha teas, lattes, whatever you want. And she has a lot of different tea accessories as well, not just teas. And she's very knowledgeable. So that's the iced tea. And is there something else you're going to do with the iced tea?
Yep, I'm just going to show you how
just went off.
There's our timer again, right? I'm telling you. So because the steeper is already intact, you can see this beautiful color that's coming through, which makes it really fun. The steeper just comes straight out. So.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Out, right. And then now we have the space for our ice to go in, and fruit and all of that. I already had my ice ready, right? This is our other pitcher. And I'm just gonna pour it over the top so it can go, usually I let it cool a bit, right? But it can go from hot straight to cold. See how beautiful that is?
Nice.
I also cut up strawberries. I have some pineapple, and I just love to throw those on top. And it makes it just fresh and beautiful.
Yay, nice cup of iced tea. That looks very refreshing, amazing, very refreshing. Yay, thank you so much, Chantel, for showing us all your teas and making a latte and an iced tea. We really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so much. That. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having tea.
Yes, thank you. And cheers. Cheers, everyone. There's my tea.
There's Sipology is in the house.
And there's Gloria's tea. We're all drinking Sipology.
Yay. Thanks so much, ladies. It's so good to get to spend some time with you. Time
all
together.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye-bye. We'll see you next time. Bye. Okay. Wasn't that fun?
Oh, that was amazing. Such educational information. And we hope that you all enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed learning. So now we're going to move into our norm. You know, we always kick off our show because we had a guest. We wanted to let her be the centerpiece of the beginning. However, we always kick it off with Ellen. Ellen reminds us to be kind to one another, to listen to one another. And as we are evolving day in and day out and learning new things, this is the perfect time for us to listen to one another. So now we're going to talk a little bit about, you know, we had some tea. And, you know, my girl, Rosetta, is English. And so she normally would have something with her tea. So we were chatting it up a few minutes ago, and we thought, what about some Girl Scout cookies? You know, Girl Scout cookie sales are down because normally they're the little cute girls in front of the grocery stores and the pharmacies and any place that they can set up their table and they sell cookies. Well, with COVID, that has affected them a little bit and caused sales to go down. So one of the things we started looking at is, you know, Rosetta and I are very conscious of ingredients. And I'm really surprised at the ingredients haven't shifted as much as I think they would have, as far as non-GMO, no partially hydrated oils, no high fructose corn syrup, things like that. What do you think, Rosetta?
Well, yeah, I'm surprised. And Gloria and I have talked about these Girl Scout cookies in a previous chat, probably not even last year, pre-COVID. So it must have been 2 years ago. So it's been 2 years since we talked about that. And we did some research into the ingredients, and we did find that they did have some not so great ingredients. So I went online and did some more research, and I'll put the link below. There's a site that goes directly to Girl Scout cookies, ingredients, and nutritional facts. And I love what the Girl Scouts whole motto is and what they stand for, empowering girls. But I just wish that they would make their cookies slightly healthier, because the children are the wave of our future. As I always say, they are our future. We want our children to grow up in healthy bodies. So why not start with making these cookies slightly healthier? And we were kind of shocked to find out that I really like the mint ones. What are they called? Mint covered in dark chocolate. What are
Oh,
they called?
those are
Thin mints.
thin mints.
Thin mints. And I was shocked
Yeah.
to find out that some of the ingredients were not that good. They had the palm oil, as we discussed before. Palm oil is very easily accessible and it's cheaper, but then it doesn't help the rainforest because it strips away the environment for the rainforest. And it has soybean oil. Now, these cookies don't say they're organic or non-GMO. We know through a lot of science-based evidence and that soybean has been sprayed with glyphosate, and glyphosate has been connected to cancer. So that's
Right.
another thing. And there were some other ingredients we weren't happy with. Tagalongs. Who likes
Yeah.
tagalongs? Remember tagalongs, the ones with the peanut butter inside them? Well,
Yes.
we looked at the ingredients, and the second it goes peanut butter, peanuts are sprayed, and that wasn't organic. Then it said
Right.
sugar, hydrogenated palm oil. And whenever you see that word hydrogenated, that means that they change the consistency of the oil so it becomes shelf stable and it lasts longer, and it's very, very bad for your health. So I wish
Yeah.
they hadn't done that. So we're not going to go through all the ingredients, but we're just saying, if any of you know of someone that is associated with Girl Scouts or has any clout in making these cookies, Gloria and I would love to say that we really need to put better ingredients for the sake of the
Yes.
children, for the sake of the health of everyone, because we really feel that that's the wave of the future. And I think Girl Scouts should go that way.
Yeah, like you were saying, like they have this cookie called samosas, and first ingredient is sugar. Remember, ingredients should be listed by highest to lowest volume. So whatever you put the most in should be in that order. The next ingredients is palm oil. And then it says, well, what it says is vegetable oil, palm. And then in parentheses, it says kernel, palm, and soybean. So now they're blending the two. Then it goes on and it says corn syrup. So now we got sugar and corn syrup. Then it says condensed milk. Condensed milk is milk and once again, sugar. Sugar, 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 sugar. Then we keep going on and it talks about invert sugar, cocoa processed with alkali, cornstarch, dextrose, sugar. I mean, have you ever wondered sometimes when your children eat Girl Scout cookies and they're bouncing off the wall and then they're out, they have to take a nap? Can you imagine if you give your child 4 or 5 of these cookies with all of this in it? So please, Girl Scout of America, please, 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 because I remember in 2020, a little girl won the award. I think she sold something like 35,000 boxes of cookies. She was battling a health condition. Her mom put it up, she posted it, and people bought cases of cookies. Now those cases of cookies are out there. I also just found out that Girl Scout cookies, because of these ingredients, have a 12-month shelf life. That's not good. That's not natural. That's not pure. If it lasts 12 months on the shelf. My husband loves Thin Mints. And so when we buy them, we put them in the freezer and then he forgets about them and they just kind of go bye-bye. This is shelf life. This isn't freezer life. So there are things in it that we just have to make a little bit more conscious decision. So we wanted to share that with you because, we're talking tea, and tea and crumpets or tea and cookies are a good combination. Let's just make sure it's a healthy alternative.
Yeah. If you put junky ingredients into your body, what you get? A junky body. That's what I say.
Absolutely. Like you always tell us, Rosetta, it goes from the top.
It goes from the top to the bottom, right?
That's right. Junkie in, junkie out.
Yeah. Very, very true.
Yes. So let's see. The next thing we're going to talk about is, okay, there's still videos surfacing all the time with Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. And the latest version that we all saw on Monday Apparently they were out somewhere at a restaurant in, I think they were in the Los Angeles area because it was very green and pretty. And there were PDAs, public displays of affection. So at first I thought, because it's kind of being shot in between some bushes. And then I'm like, oh, they got, they just went away for like date night or something. So then all of a sudden you see Jennifer Lopez's daughter walk by. They're outside at a restaurant eating, and they have the kids there, and they're making out like they need to go home. Now I'm really starting to wonder, okay, Jennifer Lopez is a good actor. Ben Affleck is a good actor. Are you people playing us? I mean, is this for your benefits because you are so affectionate you can't keep your hands off of each other? Is this to make A-Rod even more jealous than he already is because he had her and he blew it? I don't know, Rosetta. What do you think about this? I don't think they should do this in front of her kids. I'm sorry. I know.
Well, yeah, there's always going to be two sides of it. And I think everybody's going to have their say in whatever they want to say. And I agree. I don't know. They're good actors and actresses. Yeah, I really don't know why they need to be doing this. I mean, I don't mind couples that are in love to kiss, right? Or to hold hands outside. But to do this because they know that they're celebrities and they're going to have pictures taken of them wherever they go, paparazzi. Why do they need to do it like all the time in front of the cameras for them to take, the camera's going to take shots of them, whether they like it or not. Doing this openly, affectionately it's okay. I mean, I don't fault them because maybe they are in love. Maybe they do love each other.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel that they know that they're going to be seen and they're going to get pictures taken of them. Why do that in public? Is it because they really want to show A-Rod and they want to show other people, look, we're dating now. We're really in love with each other. We don't know what their whole thing is. I don't know. I remember with JLo, was she like that with A-Rod? I don't remember. I mean, they would show them together.
All their pictures kind of look like they posed. Yeah, and we saw them with the kids, but I don't remember, anybody grabbing anybody's hair and,
It's just a bit too much. I don't really know. And as Gloria said, they're good actresses and actors. So you never know. We'll never know. But we'll see how it goes because one day they're in love. The next day you hear they broke up. So we're not going to speak too soon, right?
Right. We're going to continue to keep an eye on this for you. And if any of you know something we don't know, please comment below. If you have some insight that you would like to share, also comment below and let us know.
Yeah, we always hope for the best for celebrities that get together, but you never know. There's always a you never know.
You never know. So, as you all know, Monday night, we had our second, I don't even want to call it dating experience for Katie, bless her heart. We had our second Bachelorette show with Katie. And Katie had an opportunity to, get to know some of the guys even better. So what'd you think, Rosetta?
Wow. Okay, for you people watching us that watch Bachelorette but have not watched Monday's episode, maybe you want to tune out right now.
Yes.
Or fast forward it because we're going to talk about it. There was a lot going on. They packed a lot. It was like I couldn't keep my eyes off the TV screen. There was so much going on because I didn't want to miss anything. Let me tell you to start off with, I love this Katie. She's an amazing woman. Just how she showed her true authentic self in The Bachelor, because she's the one that went up and told Matt James, this is what's happening in the house. She's very authentic. She wants everything to be, how do I say it? She's a good girl. That's what I want to say. Straightforward, and she doesn't play around. She doesn't like backstabbing and all that stuff. But if something is not right, she will be the first to stand up and say it's not right. And she does not put up with any BS. She knew that people had come to her. She was hoping that this would not happen in this season, but it's happening. Things are happening behind her back within the men's households, and she's not liking it. And she told them, she said, I'm here to find love. If you're not here for that, I'm not effing around.
That's right.
Not
She told him
effing
to get
around.
out.
Yes, get the F out. This is my life. This is my relationship that I'm looking forward to. And you can't mess this up. And I tell you, there's so many guys in this season that I like. So
Yeah,
many guys that could be for her because they match so well. But you never know as time goes on what will evolve. But right now, as it stands, and this is only episode 2 of this
right.
season, I'm liking so many guys. So I'm going to see. I'm not going to put my bet on one or two of the men. I'm just
Right.
going to say these guys are good for her, but we'll see what happens. And there was a big stir up towards the end of the episode. I have to
Yes.
get the name because all these guys,
Yeah, I want him to go home.
he needs to go. Well, she already kicked out Kobe, right?
Right.
She kicked out Kobe because they had this mud wrestling. One of the group dates, she had a little thing where they had to mud wrestle, and Aaron and Kobe, they knew each other prior to the
Right.
Bachelorette, and I don't know what it was. They had some beef, and it showed, the tension showed, and she, in the end, she kicked out Kobe. But
Yes.
the guy that I want to, I can't even remember was it Kyle? I don't know who the name was. Carl or Kyle, one of them. It was
Like
an
the guy that
African.
was in the back of the pickup truck with her, and they were so comfortable together. And then the fireworks were going off. And remember, they faded back to the guys in the house, and they said, just before all this happened, they said, if he walks back in with the rose, it's over. And the fireworks go off, and they're like, oh, that's
But
not
that
good.
wasn't the guy that actually told on the other guys,
No,
right?
no, no. This is the guy that I want to stay. This is
You want
one of the,
yes.
this is the one-on-one date. Remember, she did 2 group dates and one one-on-one. The one-on-one date was, I mean, it was just really beautiful. And I can't remember the guy's name. The one, he's a virgin, and they had to write
Mike.
a poem.
I think it was Mike.
And yes, it was Mike. And then Mike did the poem, and then she gave Mike the first rose of the first group. Mike got the rose, and the other guys was like, dang, how did he do that? Because a lot of the conversation is because Katie is solid in her womanhood and what she wants, and they're like, he's a virgin. So I thought it was very sweet. I don't think that Katie will end up with him in the end, only because Katie said in the beginning, I want to know everything about this person before I get engaged. I don't want to get engaged to someone with any hidden agenda. And to me, that's kind of what she was alluding to, because she said something to the effect, I'm a grown A woman, and whatever I do in the fantasy suites is between me and the person in the fantasy suite. So those are the ones that went well. And then the guy that she needs to send home, what is his name?
Which guy was that? The one that actually volunteered?
That stirred up everything.
Yeah, so there was a guy that volunteered and stirred up. I don't remember. I'm getting mixed up. Is it Kyle? I don't remember. He was African American. That's all I know.
Yes, he was the one where the guy started saying, I don't understand what happened. I thought everything was good. And then all of a sudden, she's upset because when she told them, if you're not here for me, and the guys are all looking at each other, so they start talking to each other. Who talked to her tonight? Who has had a chance to sit with her?
Yes, I think it was Kyle.
Yeah, and then he volunteers. Oh, I kind of told her that I didn't think everybody was here for the real reason.
Well, how does he know, right? He's just assuming that. And
yeah, but who asked him?
She never asked him. He volunteered that information. So he stirred up the pot, and he needs to go, because I think he has, in my opinion, I think he has a hidden agenda. Yes. I think he wants to be the Katie of this Bachelorette season.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yes. And I think it shouldn't work, and he should be sent home. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Kyle. Toodles. But there are other guys we want to stay. So we liked it. And I think it was packed with just emotions everywhere. And I'm really enjoying this season because I love Katie. She's doing an amazing job. She's so sweet and honest and just wears her heart on her sleeve. And I love it.
Yes. So we will keep you attuned to whatever happens what we see, how things are going. And we look forward to always hearing your feedback.
Yes, we'd love it. Give us your comments and feedback because we'd like to know what other people think of the show so far.
Yes, yes. So in the spirit of Pride Month, June is Pride Month, I just wanted to share some information. So in June of 1969, which began this whole Pride Month celebration, at the Stonewall Inn, there was a police riot, and it was a riot against the LGBTQ plus community. And at the time, Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera were two icons of the time. That was 52 years ago. And today, 2021, there is still a big problem affiliated with brown and Black LGBTQ plus individuals, especially transgenders. They are being attacked and killed today. So in the spirit of LGBTQ plus and the month of June, Rosetta and I, it hurts our hearts that people can't just learn how to live and let live. And it's very sad that people are being killed just because of skin tone. And yet here it is. It doesn't just affect those individual communities. It also affects the LGBT plus.
LGBT.
Yes. I've said it so many times, I'm saying it backwards, but you know what I mean. So in the spirit of lifting and loving and supporting communities, as we hear of things related to this, I am a fan of a show called Pose. I love it. Billy Porter was the primary commentator for the dance-offs. And he would always say, and the category is, and then he would say, pose, and they would strike these poses. The ones where they dance and then they just fall out, I would break muscles and bones and everything if I tried to do that. So I'm always impressed when I can see someone do that. And sort of like in the spirit of Madonna and Vogue. Yes, I love it. So I love this community, and my thoughts and prayers are with them. And as we go through the month of celebration, as we hear of new things, we will also share that with you.
Yeah, thank you so much for pointing that out and giving us the history of it. And it's so sad that even we're 2021 and we can't love each other for just love. What's wrong with loving? Yeah. We love who we love, and that's what it is going to be. And why can't you just accept that? That's hard. I don't know why, but we'll try and strive for that and hopefully help people and societies come across and understand that love is what makes it go round. Love and kindness.
Yes. And I tell you, we're going to watch a video, but before we do, I just want to make sure that I don't, this video might be so touching and so kind. Along with this, there are states that have passed laws that are making sure that transgender individuals can never participate in sports. They are saying things like a girl can only play girl sports and a boy can only play boy sports. So those states are Idaho, Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, Montana, West Virginia, Alabama, and of course, Florida. They have written laws into effect immediately. So the reason that it's kind of sad is that when you're a young person and you don't know what's going on and you don't know how you feel and you don't know what you're doing, and sometimes sports is an outlet. I'm a girl, but I love playing basketball. My brother and I, we used to play this little around the world game every day. We would just shoot basketball hoops at the rims, and every now and then we do a little one-on-one, but he was way better than me, and so I don't want to play that one because I couldn't win as much. So I think that anything that allows a child to connect with themselves and to express themselves. So it's just really, really sad that they are putting laws on the books. It just is going to mean a lot of people in the future will not go to those states because they want states that are open, loving, and kind to all, irregardless of your stature.
Yeah, it's so important to be inclusive of everyone. And you're right, there will be less people going to those states if that's the case, right?
Right? We hope. We hope. So I am always talking about with my friends, if I was to win the lottery, what I would do. It's like after you buy the house and maybe buy into a travel or something where if you want to go to different countries, you can go and see the world. You get your cars, you make sure your cars are fixed, and then you would want to do something to help. As we know, a lot of the billionaires in the world, that's not what they do. There are great billionaires like Oprah Winfrey. She is always trying to do things to improve the quality of lives for people. And then we have people like, say, a Jeff Bezos, where, it's about the number. It's about the bragging right on Elon Musk. It's about the number. I want to be the richest man in the world by any means necessary. That number means more than what you could do with that money. So he went through a divorce. His wife, her name is Mackenzie Scott. And she, this week, gave away $2.74 billion with a B dollars to nonprofits and to yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Mackenzie. Oh, you are my shero. I love a woman that is taking action. So one of the things that she posted is, we are governed by a humbling belief that it would be better if disappropriate wealth were not concentrated in a small number of hands, and that the solutions are best designed and implemented by others. That is like amazing. This woman is putting her money where her mouth is. She's not just talking the talk, she's walking the walk. And there are people who have been doing things to, give their fortune away. And her new husband, they are collaborating to help people. I mean, there are companies that were coming out this morning on the news programs, and we'll try and find some of the links and put them down below for you. And they were like, we got a call and we thought, oh, they gave us 5,000. And then they said, no, $50 million contribution. Wow. You can change a life and lives, because some of these went to schools. You can change lives. You can institute programs so that no child comes to school hungry. You tell them first period is breakfast. We're going to have breakfast together, and we're going to have the teachers and the classes together. I know post-COVID when everyone's, safe. However, you can change a child's life, because if you come from a poor family and you can't afford breakfast and you have to go to school hungry and you're sitting in a room and your stomach starts to growl, that's embarrassing. We can eliminate that. Mackenzie, amazing, amazing.
Hats off to you. If I had a hat, hats off.
Yes. Yes. So Rosetta has a video she's going to share with us now.
Yes, I am. Let's watch this video. I'm going to share my screen. Yes.
I'm so excited.
All right, I'm going to enlarge this. Okay.
Thinking how special it is that we're standing here in the Crocoseum, the place that Dad loved more than anywhere else, feeding crocs and spending time together as a family. It's hard knowing that she'll never get to actually meet him, and it's devastating because I'll never get to watch that connection, but I cannot wait.
Can I just say how cute that baby is? Look how adorable she is.
The baby is so, and Bindi, I mean, I have watched her since she was a little girl sitting on her father's lap. What a beautiful human being she is.
She really is. And she was taught well, and she was loved well by her family, by her mother and
Yes.
dad.
Yes.
Great to be able to tell beautiful
Oh,
Grace all of these stories
That's-
about Dad.
that actually wasn't her baby. That was
No,
Bindi
that's
when
her.
she
That's
was younger.
Bindi in his arms.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
Yes.
To be able to share with her what an amazing father he was. And it's yeah, it's gonna be really special.
Aw.
It's gonna be really special for her to know him through us. To tell her about what an amazing man he was.
Oh,
And it's gosh,
amazing man you're
it
married
is really
to.
hard. It's hard that he's not here, because out of everyone in the world, gosh, he would have loved her the most.
Oh my God, that was like bringing tears to me watching that.
I know. I know. I know.
It's so hard to watch without crying.
He would
You
have
know,
loved her so much.
so hard.
Yep.
But I think in a way he is still with us, and his heart and soul lives on in all of us. And so, yeah, he's never really gone.
Crikey, It's a Baby, exclusively on Discovery.
Oh,
Okay. All right. That was
I
the
love it. I love it.
tearjerker. That was so, I'm like, gosh,
I
because to know what an amazing man her father was, and how
Yeah.
he loved children, and he loved everything, animals, people. He was so like, he was the life of everything. When he was on TV, he just shone through all
Yeah.
the TV screens.
Yeah.
Gosh, to have her child not be able to ever be able to meet her
Grandfather.
that was, so that's a tearjerker for sure. And
I know, because I look at that and I think to myself, if we had more moms like Bindi, our children would not be running around with guns today. Because more of our children are spending too much time with video games, they are desensitizing them to the fact that they think if they shoot somebody, they can just hit a restart button and they'll be okay. And here we have a young lady who has given her whole life to the preservation of Mother Earth and the animals that walk upon the planet. When she got married, instead of going on a honeymoon and laying around and eating bonbons and drinking champagne, because there were fires in Australia, her and her new husband were trying to nurture thousands of animals back to health. She just touches my heart. I think she's such a little blessing.
she really is. She makes me happy. I love watching her, and I love just following her, because every post that she posts on social media is so motivational and inspirational, and she just brings joy. She just brings light and joy. And her husband came at the right time in their life. He's so amazing with her. They're the perfect soulmate for each other. They really are. And the mother, what a wonderful job the mother has done.
Low. Yeah, she lost her husband and she had babies still to raise. And Bindi and her brother are both exceptional human beings. And that comes from a solid foundation and core.
Yeah, they're so tight knit, their family. I mean, everything, like Robert was like, just loves his sister, and he was the photographer at their wedding, and he has his own business, but he still helps them, and he's still that family. I mean, family is everything. The raising, the lifestyle culture that they lead is, wow, it's just amazing. If you don't know who Bindi Irwin is, or have never heard of Steve Irwin and that family, you've got to get on. Check them out on social media. Bindi Irwin, Bindi. We'll put the link below so you can watch the video again, and you can do some research and watch her posts and follow her, because she's amazing. The whole family's amazing.
Amazing. Amazing. Woo, okay, so I have to get myself together. We're going to talk a little bit about COVID. I shared with you last video how our Mediterranean ship had set sail, experienced a problem with COVID, left some people in Sicily. They had to get home, however they got home, because they tested positive. So here in the States, we have a situation where if you're on the East Coast, Florida, you know, sort of like don't ask, don't tell. It's none of your business if someone has COVID, had COVID, if someone has been tested, not tested, etc. So Royal Caribbean was cranking up, getting ready to go. Now, Royal Caribbean wants to, you know, ask the question. They want every one of their crew members to be fully tested. They have certain guidelines. Well, the governor, once again, put a law in place that doesn't allow them to do that. So everyone's excited. I'm sure the community of Florida was like, we're getting ready to go. We're going to go on a cruise. 8 crew members tested positive with COVID. So what that basically means is that cruise ship is not going to be going anywhere, because you would have to really be crazy to get on a ship that already has COVID on it. So Florida, I think you need to stop doing whatever this is that says that it's a lie, it doesn't exist, because it does exist. And you have a very huge senior population there. So I'm going to put it to you this way, just like President Biden said to President Putin of Russia, how would you like it if you were hacked? If you were cyber hacked like the United States has been cyber hacked? So Florida, I want you to think about this. How would you like it if all the cruise ships heave-ho to California? We got lots of coastal. They can do California, they could do Canada. We could completely move the entire industry here, because here you have to tell, you have to acknowledge, and your crew has to be tested. I think it's so irresponsible not to test when most of the people getting on those ships are seniors.
Exactly. You're 100% correct. I don't see why. I mean, I can understand that people say that you're infringing on our rights, right? But
yeah,
if it's for the health of the people coming on the ship, now look what you've done, right? This has become a reality. Because of that, 8 crew members are now sick with COVID, and and that particular ship is not sailing.
Right.
So this is what's been happening. It's crazy. Yeah. And you're right. Definitely all the cruise ships could easily move to California.
Yes, I would love that. I would love Royal Caribbean to come to California and start cruising, because I love Royal Caribbean. I just don't have a desire to fly to Florida to get on it.
Oh, it's tough.
I can, and I know I can't go to Puerto Rico and catch a ship and cruise, but
yeah, and Florida anyway is so far for us. I mean, it takes it's expensive to get there. 1, 2, it takes the whole day. So you have to do red eye, which I did one time to catch a cruise ship to go to the Caribbean. Red eye. So by the time you get there, you're tired and you don't feel like entertaining yourself. You want to sleep.
We got off the plane. We got to the ship. They met us at the plank with a cocktail. And I was so tired. And I told my husband, I'm like, if I drink this, I'm out. And so then we go inside, and, I didn't even go to get food. I went to the room, and he went and got us some, like little stuff to make with some little sandwiches. And we had water in the room, and we passed out. Now, when we go here from San Francisco, it's bright. We get to spend half the day on the ship before we set sail.
We don't even need to fly anywhere. We just drive.
Yeah.
So take Uber there. Yeah.
Yeah, be careful, Florida. You may think you're all that. However, if the cruise industry is frustrated that they can't sail out of Florida, come to California. We would love to have you.
We accept you with open arms. Open arms.
We love you.
What's that song?
As a matter of fact,
open arms.
Open arms. As a matter of fact, here in California, yesterday, we officially fully opened, just like New York. Mask restrictions are at the discretion of the company, but they're not state mandated anymore. People are now, if you want to wear a mask, you can. If you don't have to. However, I was out yesterday and I did not go to a single place where people didn't have on their mask. And it's not that they have to. I think some of the concern used to be, like if I wanted to go out and have a nice dinner, how can I do that? Take my mask off, eat, and feel safe. There are things that have been put into place. So in California, restaurants, yesterday, they said that more people were coming in. It felt really good to have people back. The restaurant industry, I think, and between the restaurant and the travel, I think those were the two industries hit the hardest. And travel, a friend of mine got on a plane and she said it was full. She goes, there wasn't an empty seat to be had.
Wow.
So things are picking up. I will always adhere to what the requirements are. However, I'm around a 14-month-old baby. I'm not going to drop my mask just because I don't have to wear it for those. I mean, people, do you all realize we went through a cold flu season with no colds, no flu, none.
I believe it.
And all we have to do is wear a mask. I love my mask.
And people were going out less. That was one other thing because we were in lockdown.
Yes. And here in California, our governor also did something, and I'm going to call him out on this a little bit because I don't believe how the results turned out. So he ran a lottery, and the lottery was anyone that received a COVID vaccination would have the opportunity to win. So yesterday he pulled 10 winners for $1.5 million each. So where were the winners? Marin is so rich, they don't need no $1.5 million. And then the other was all in Southern California. So Governor, was it your intention to get those communities that are not getting their vaccinations out of their houses because those people won? Because it wasn't like the people who needed the income the most won. So that's why I'm calling you out. It's like, what kind of algorithm did you guys do with those lottery balls? Because I think if you had 10 winners and they were throughout the state of California, you would have had a more positive result than just going to LA.
I'm not even paying attention to when the lottery is being drawn. So I didn't even know that, but that's very strange. Yeah.
And they only give you 96 minutes or something like that to reply. And if you don't, they go to the next person.
Okay. So where do they do these? Where do they do the drawings and how do you hear about them?
It was on the news. They broke into regular, like one of the news casts. It was on ABC. And what he did is they had the ball spinning and they would call out the numbers. And if the thing that got me is he was saying some names and I thought it was supposed to be private. So then he just he would say number V36 is a winner, $1.5 million. So he did 10 of them yesterday. But my thing is, what if those 10 people never replied? Did they call 10 more?
That's a good question. And what happens if you don't watch television and
Exactly.
you never get to see it? Why can't they do it like where they have it on your phone or something? And then there's I don't know, you can go on it and watch it live or something.
Or send you a text message, call you and text you. Because my thing at first was, how are they getting in touch with people? They're calling people. And then I went, oh yeah. When you go for the test, they ask for a phone number. I mean, when you go for the vaccine.
Right. So they will call you for that. Yeah. So then if they have your phone number, then why can't they just contact you somehow? I don't know.
And give you a chance. I mean, 96 minutes, that's an hour and a half.
Well, if I was, which I was not called yesterday, I would not even have known about it. I would have lost my chance because I didn't watch any TV yesterday. During the day, I didn't watch any TV.
Right.
So that's me out. I'm not going to win. I'm not going to be able to claim my prize. There has to be a better way to do it, right?
Yeah. And I'm sorry. I mean, I understand that we are an affluent state. However, He could have taken that 1.5 million and broke it down and gave, 50,000 to 100,000 to more people
He
and
should have,
had more
yes,
positive
he
results.
should have broken it down to smaller, because 50,000 is still a lot.
A lot of money
You
for
don't
someone
need
who
to have
went out of
1 million.
work.
Why do you need to have 1 million? 1 million
Yeah,
doesn't, it doesn't need to
$1.5
be.
million. I mean, it's like the lottery. The lottery was supposed to be for our children. Once again, let me tell you, it is not being used for the kids. I don't think anybody should be able to collect $235 million for any reason. I don't
I know.
care.
I know.
It's just ridiculous. And so all you're doing is creating a bigger gap of the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah. No,
Sad.
I don't. I like the fact that it's allowing people, getting people to get the vaccine, but I don't like the fact that that's how they're doing the lottery system, and how much they're giving is too much. That's too much. 50,000 is, I'll be happy with 50,000.
Honey, I don't know anybody who wouldn't be happy with 50,000. And
Right.
okay, so you're a person, like one of the winners was a young girl. She was a teenager and she won $50,000. And she goes, at first I thought it was a joke. She goes, I didn't believe it. Now, if she has responsible parents, there's money towards her college education. Let the money do good. Don't just be giving people money who don't know what to do with it. I can't tell you how many people who have won the lottery who are flat broke today because they didn't know what to do with the money. They weren't prepared for the change that money was going to have on their lives. They started buying cars, buying houses, and before you know it, they're broke because a lot of them cash out. They don't go with the annuity. They take the money and kind of take the money and run. And so, Governor, you
Not
could
too
have
smart.
changed lives. You could have.
Yeah, exactly. Very true. We'll point that out. And if anyone is watching or listening to us and agree, please comment below, because we'd like to know what you think. If you support us, because that's what we feel. And
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they should change it. That's our feeling. They should change the way they're doing it.
Yeah, they really should. Even if I was to win the lottery, I would also be like, okay, number one, I would probably do the annuities or something like that to elongate it. So after I pass, my child, one of my kids or both kids, depending on who's still around, my grandkids that I'll have one day, you try and look beyond me. That is what's wrong with our country and our world right now, because it's not just the United States. It is everywhere. It is about me. This is what I have. This is what I make. This is what I do. Drop I. Try team. Try we. Try we. All of you big billionaires with all this money, just think to yourself, do you know that I could eradicate homelessness, me, by myself? That's why Mackenzie is my girl, because she's doing her part. And then for her to call out her husband and the boys about putting money in the bank so they can brag, that's a hell of a woman.
Good for her. I love her.
Yeah. Yes. So we always check out our girl Ellen, and we think she's on vacation, summer vacation, because even though the shows have current dates, some of the information that's being shared are from previous shows. So Ellen, we thought, we just wanted to reach out and say, we hope you're having like a little mini summer vacation. You're getting lots of rest. I know we're still in season 18. We're not into 19 yet. I heard through the rumor mill, there might be a way that you're going to invite people to go online and try to win the opportunity to come and be with you in season 19. We are your girls. We talk about you 4 to 5 times a month. We talk about you on every video that we do. We love you. We love what you're doing. It's the saddest part for me about the possibility of, when you're going to leave your show, is who is going to do the good that you do. The work that you do with Spotify and other vendors and collaborators with you has changed people's lives. And I think that's what's going to be missing, as much as your humor. I love your sense of humor. You are so crazy. When you torture your staff, I'm on the floor. when they were hitting Twitch in the face with those pies, I was laughing so hard I needed oxygen. So we always love you, Ellen. You know, we love how you always close out the show by saying you feel the love in the room. You send it back to everyone. You want everyone to go out and spread it around the world. Rosetta and I, we feel that love. We take what you tell us serious. We work very hard to try and give positive views to everything going on in the world. And as you know, Ellen, things are kind of rough. There are people acting so badly. So whomever or whatever you do on your next journey, Rosetta and I, we will continue to follow you because we love you very much.
Yes, we will. And we would love a chance to come on your show, because I remember when Oprah announced that she was ending her show, I had vowed before that, I'm going to make it to one of her shows one day. Watch, when she does her launch, I'm going to go. Guess what? Couldn't go because there was way too many people wanting to go. So I never got to go.
Everybody.
I loved Oprah. I got her 20th boxed, what was it? DVD or box
Right.
CD. She had a
Oh,
20th
yes.
anniversary box. Yes, I got that from my husband as a gift. And I watched every single one of those. And I
Yes.
loved it. So Ellen, you know the one we love. And
Yes.
I love to be able to come on and just meet you. Please, Ellen.
Yes.
Love you. And we've been
Yes.
talking about you for so long, and we love the good that you're doing. And we will still follow you even after your show's long gone. We will still support you.
Yes.
So thank you, Ellen, for doing all that you do and highlighting all the heroes, because without that, we would never be able to highlight them.
Exactly.
We love highlighting. Where do we find these people? I mean, you have your
Yes.
staff and everyone else looking out for you, but we want to be able to highlight those people. But
Yeah.
there you have
Yeah.
it. We love it. We love it. Thank you, Ellen, for everything that you've done. And again, did I mention we'd love to be on your last season? We'd love it.
Yes.
I'm gonna actually try and figure out how we can get on there. But I know it's gonna be tough because, like you, everyone under the sun wants to go.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we also wanted to thank Chantel for hanging out with us and sharing Sipology. We learned a lot about teas today. We know our video is a little bit longer than normal. However, we think that it was so full of information, and it's only a half of what we had to share. So next week, just to give you a little tidbit, we got lots more to talk about.
Yes, we do. Drinking my Sipology.
Yes,
Cheers. I've been
me
drinking it
too.
and loving it. There you
Yes,
go.
loving my
Love, love,
limoncello.
Thank you so much. Yes, Chantel, for coming on. Check out her links below, how to find out more about her tea, Sipology, and the lovely loose leaf teas and the tea accessories. And we're glad that we could have her on. Thank you
Yes.
again. And thank you again to everyone for checking out our video chat this week, Silicon Valley Girls, a chat over tea. If you, like Chantel, sell teas, you love teas, or you have a tea shop, we would love to feature you in a future episode, just like we do with Chantel. And if you have a shop, tea shop in the Bay Area, California Bay Area, we could come and visit, and we would love to highlight your tea shop. We are very, very excited. But thank you so much, everyone. And remember to
always
keep smiling.
smiling.
Take care. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.